Hey everybody, it's Jennifer McCulloch with Century 21 High Desert, and I hope you all had a fabulous Memorial weekend. Luckily, it was beautiful weather, which is unusual for here in Idaho anyway. But anyway, I'm just here with my monthly book recommendation, and before I get to that, I just kind of wanted to do a quick recap of the last few books that I talked about. So first of all, I also just want to share why I am providing you with these videos on book recommendations. I think sometimes it's so easy to see people in their life and kind of put them on a pedestal and think like, oh wow, look what they're doing, or they're so happy, or maybe we don't like them because look what they're doing, they're so happy. There's all sorts of things that we could think, but I feel like when we want to achieve happiness and joy and just a good life, whatever that is for you, I mean, that's different for everybody, but we have to make positive changes in our life. I mean, I remember back when I've always been kind of a happy person and I've always had a pretty great life, but there was a period of time in my life that was not so great. And it was in those moments that I realized, like, nobody's coming to save you. We have to do the work. If we want a different life, if we want a better life, a more joyful, fulfilled life, we are the only ones who can make that choice for ourselves. Nobody is gonna just show up with the magic wand and say, oh, here you go, everything you ever wanted. You have to create it. And I share these because I found that for myself. I created it on my own. I had help. I didn't create it on my own. I mean, I had help from other people, but they were just tools and instruments and people that were brought into my life that could assist, but ultimately it was up to me. I had to do the work. I had to make the choices and do the hard things that eventually became the easier things, right? And part of that was reading for me. And all of these books were key tools that I used. I would have little takeaways from each one that I would actually implement into my life. And this is just, a series of baby steps. I didn't just like do this overnight, and it's still I'm still a work in progress. I mean, this is like a constant thing that I have to work on. And it's kind of, you have ebb and flows. And I guess I wanted to share with other people because these were the things that helped me really change my life. And I hope that whoever needs to hear it, these videos find you and that you can have a little takeaway and hopefully it will help impact your life in some small way. So just to recap really quickly, some of the books that I've already talked about were Taking Life Head On by Hal Elrod. It was about loving the life you have while creating the life you want. The Energy Bus, one of my hands down all-time favorites, Energy Bus. They have an adults version, kids version. I mean, if you had to choose just one, like, that book is so simple and yet so profound, and everybody can find a takeaway from it. Miracle Mornings, which is also Hal Elrod, just a series of starting your day in a positive way, doing very specific things, kind of having a ritual that gets you off to a good start. And then I feel like there was another one, and now maybe there wasn't. Maybe I've just done the 3 so far. Anyway, so today I love this book, and this is called The 5 Love Languages. You see that? By Gary Chapman. So The 5 Love Languages, this one is, kind of talking about you and a partner, but honestly, I think this book relates to all relationships. It will change your life. It has definitely impacted my life and helped me understand not only myself, but other people and how they feel love. I mean, we all have these love tanks, if you will, that most of the time, we've got to we've got to fill them ourselves. We've got to find the things that make us feel full, because we cannot give to others and make them feel loved and appreciated if we can't do that for ourselves. So that's step one, learning how to accomplish that for yourself. But then second of all, helping other people maybe understand what it is we need from them, but also understanding how we can show other people that we love and appreciate them and help fill their tank. And keeping in mind that you can't get that from just one person. I think sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, but also on our significant others, or even just friends, family members, because we want them to fill our cups in all these ways, and they just can't always do that. Sometimes we need multiple people in our life, and some of them can do that in different ways, which is a beautiful thing, right? So, and I'll dive into that a little bit deeper, but basically I want to say that the love languages is talking about, there's 5 different ones, and it's learning like the things that you need in your life to feel loved and appreciated. So the 5 things are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. So, some people think, maybe receiving gifts feels like, I don't know what's the word, like materialistic, but it's not. Like, sometimes it's about those little things that show somebody was thinking of you. They found something in a little gift shop and they bought it for you because they just thought of you, right? And that makes some people feel so loved, getting gifts. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you know that about you, there is nothing wrong with that. For me personally, it's physical touch is definitely my primary. We usually have more than one, and mine's physical touch. So that's not necessarily to be like sexual. It's just, I love hugs. I love to be hugged. And I tease my husband all the time because physical touch is definitely not his love language. And so sometimes I think, he has to, I have to tell him, like, this is my love language. I need you to hug me, and hug me for longer than 5 seconds. It's got to be, you need to hold me for a minute. If we're just sitting on the couch and we're watching TV, like having a hand on my arm or my leg or something. I mean, it's the weirdest thing, you guys, but that is my love language. I love that. It makes me feel loved and appreciated. For my husband, one of his main ones is definitely quality time. So for him, if I go to Home Depot with him, or like the grocery store, he's like, hey, I feel loved and appreciated because we're spending time together. Even though for me, I'm like, hey, this is like a waste of my time. We're not being efficient. Why can't you go to Home Depot? I'll go to the grocery store. Let's divide and conquer. That's how I think. But for him, it's us spending time together. And so I've had to learn that about him, and then kind of change my thought process and realize going to Home Depot isn't about me going there and watching him, buy home supplies. It's that we're spending time together, and he likes that. It makes him feel loved. Same as he realizes that, he needs to hug me for a long period of time every morning and every night, because that makes me feel loved. So the cool thing about this book is when you read the book, it's just got, it seriously will just open your mind so much. And it does have in it a little test that you can do at the end that helps you establish, like, what is your love language? What's your primary? What's your secondary? And once you learn that, and once you understand the other people in your life and what they need, it really is a game changer. Like, for example, my mom, she loves to give gifts. She loves to give gifts. And sometimes for me, like, that, it's kind of hard. I'm like, why are you giving us so many gifts? Like, we don't need this, we don't need that. But it's like, it's not about that. That's her love language. So now that I know that, I realize that if I want my mom to feel loved, when I buy things that would seem special to her, that's gonna make her feel loved and appreciated. Same with like acts of service is a big one. I know for a lot of women, Acts of service is huge. So guys, you want your wife or girlfriend to feel loved, doing things around the house is huge. Like for a lot of them, that will make them feel so loved and appreciated. So trying to learn and understand each other and what we need, it seriously is such a game changer. So I highly recommend this book. Like I said, even though this one kind of is specific for significant others, I feel like you can just utilize it in all relationships in your life. It really is a game changer. So, and sometimes it's hard to recognize in other people, but what you can do is pay attention to the things that a friend may be doing, or you know, people around you. If you pay attention to the things that they do, that will kind of give you some indication what their love language might be. So it's a really quick, easy read. I highly recommend it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to highlight about this. I think they have some other, yeah, so you can do like the 5 love languages for children, for teenagers, for singles, parenting. I mean, they kind of have, it looks like a variety of them. I haven't read any of those, but anyway, it's just such a great book. Anyway, now I'm being repetitive. So read the 5 love languages. That's my monthly book recommendation. I hope you guys just, as we go into June, find love and appreciation for all that you have and everything around you. And for summertime that's coming, oh my gosh, that just warms my heart. So I love you all so much. And if there's any questions I can answer for you, please don't hesitate to message me. Have a beautiful day.